Hi, my name is Chris Hart. I'm a cartoonist and I'm an author of many how to draw books on cartooning and manga, animals, figure drawing, all sorts of stuff. Here's one I think you might like. It's called Drawing Shape by Shape. And it's a fun, simple book on how you can come up with funny characters based on circles and squares and triangles and all sorts of things. So, I'm going to show you today, that's fun, I hope you check that out, Drawing Shape by Shape. I'm going to show you today how to draw characters based on personality and the coloring that goes along with that personality. So here is the stereotypical dumb dad. Not a self-portrait. I'm incredibly sharp at home. My kids respect me a lot. And anyway, here is what we're going to do first. We're going to fill in some of the face, flesh color, a light flesh color for this guy. But we're going to leave the glasses white. The lenses are going to stay white. You could fill them in, that's fine if you do, but I think that since eyes are so important, they tend to come at you and pop off the page if they're left white. So we're going to finish that. I'm sorry, it takes a little while, but I think using markers is more fun. Also, you get to see the thing being created for real, not just on a screen, etc. Then we're going to also color in the pipe, make that a kind of dark brown, make that look like it's a piece of oak or something. We're going to punctuate it so it's not just one big blob of brown, and I'm going to do that by having a little yellow strip right here in the middle, like so, and then continuing this way, and just that one little punctuation kind of brightens that up. That's all that takes. And we can add a little bit of tint here to the eyes, to the glasses, a little bit of colored pencil, because it's not as rich as the markers. Although markers are so opaque, the minute you put the marker in, the whole thing looks like it's filled in with color. So this just adds a little touch of it, which is kind of nice. Now I'm going to tie this color in to the hair color. And you're going to see that by tying colors together, using one color in several different areas, it almost like makes it fit together, like the colors are snapping together, and makes the character look more solid. You see how putting the brown up here and the brown on the pipe creates that look? You could use any color you want. You could make the pipe orange and the hair orange. You could make the hair brown and the vest brown instead of the pipe. But it's just, look for places to repeat the same color a couple of times. All right, now, so for the vest, I like to make this come out at us a little bit because he's got a lot of darkness here. So let's make that a nice orange, make some contrast. Always want to have some contrast because otherwise it gets just a little sleepy, and he's a fun character. I'm also going to use a little gray on that shirt of his so that he doesn't look empty. There's another thing you have to watch out for. Everyone likes to use white. White's a great color, but white that looks completely white also can look empty. So a lot of times in cartoons, when you see a white area, what you're really seeing is someone who has done some light shading or gray. Like so. And we're going to tie this in. Now, where does this tie in? Where can we tie this in? Right here. Right here with the shading on the white over here. And that just makes a more sort of harmonious picture. Everything seems to fall into place a little more that way. All right, so there you go. There is a color scheme for you, some ideas on how to think about color. And one thing you can also do is when you have striations like you have here in the hair, you can give little highlights, little accents, by drawing over the marker with colored pencil. And it's a kind of fun look. It does add a little something. So I like to do that sometimes, and I thought I would share that with you here. Colored pencil over marker is a technique a lot of storybook artists use. It's a nice look. You can use it for shading too if you don't want to just create a new design with it. So, kind of a kooky guy right there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I've got a lot more videos, over 100 of them. I hope you take a look at them, and I will see you hopefully soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.